So that pretty much went mostly as I expected as far as the markup. Hey, what's up, car fam? I'm getting ready to call a Honda dealership in Southern California. I want to find out what the process is for this specific location. Some have a deposit that you leave, some have a special little wait list that they use, others don't have a wait list at all, and it's always first come, first serve. So I'm curious what their process is like, how many they think they'll even get next year, pricing, how much they think they'll charge over sticker. Pricing has not been released as of August 1st, which is today, the day I'm filming this. So I'm curious what they are planning on doing. So a lot is still unknown, but we know from the last gen, these cars are really hard to get and they're very expensive if you have to end up paying over a sticker, which is what most people want to avoid, of course, or at least as little as possible. So let's find out what they're going to be charging and all that good stuff. Hey, how's it going? This is Dakari. I was returning your call. I'm doing great, doing great. Thanks for reaching back out. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. You have to have a VIN in order to kind of kick off the process. Okay, so just to clarify, so you said you sell the VIN, so essentially just start the entire process of ordering, or not ordering, but purchasing? Got it. So how do you, other than just calling in, how do you find out when, one's going to be available? Like, okay, we have a VIN and we know we have 6 coming in 2023. Like what's the best way to approach that? Okay, so order reference number tells you guys, hey, there's a black one coming in March, and then the VIN number is where the customer can actually take action. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. And then, I know pricing hasn't been confirmed, all of that here in the States and things like that, but what does your dealership typically, for a vehicle like that, what's the charge for it? Okay, yeah, I actually have one question. I know nothing's kicked off yet, but do you guys have an anticipated time frame of when those may get delivered? Like, are you thinking spring 2023? What are you kind of hearing? So that pretty much went mostly as I expected as far as the markup. The Civic SIs right now, if you look on any dealership, I'm seeing anywhere from 2 to 10K markup on those, which is crazy. I would never pay that for an SI. Type R is a different ballpark. I still wouldn't want to pay 10 over, but to get those at MSRP, definitely is going to take more research and stuff. But it's just good to be able to call now and figure out what your local dealerships within your state, and then of course out of state, which sometimes makes it easier to be able to get a better deal on those. But then you need to calculate shipping, or if you're driving there, driving the car back, hotels, all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of math involved with a car like this. This isn't your typical purchase. So 10K over, definitely not surprised. That's not concrete yet, but obviously when you're there in the dealership, sometimes there could be a little bit of flexibility, but the most important part right now is figuring out the timelines, because that gives you as the purchaser time to calculate when you will need to pull the trigger on a car like this, when you'll need to really have your ducks in a row on if you're going to buy it out of state, or if you're going to buy it in the state, whatever travel expenses, stuff like that, how much you want to pay for it. So it's always good to know and get as much details as possible on, especially when they think they'll get any type of updates, because once this thing goes on sale, it's going to be extremely hard. And I'm speaking from the experience of even just the regular Civic hatchback right now, the 2022. That car is really, really hard to find. And the markups on those are sometimes $5,000. So the more you can just at least start getting details now, you can figure out what you don't want to do, what you want to, what makes the most sense for you, financially, and how you plan on using this car, and just all of that, because it's definitely a strategy. It's not your average purchase. So hope this video helped you. I know I learned a couple things, especially on the order reference number versus when they get the VIN and what that means for them versus us. A November timeline is actually earlier than I thought, but then again, stuff can change quickly, as we see with the chip shortage and stuff like that. But either way, I hope you're able to find a good deal out there, and then leave a comment below. This is definitely one of those community-based type of videos where if you have any ideas or tips on getting a vehicle like this, or maybe you bought the last gen, leave a comment below, because people will need a lot of help trying to get this car, and of course we all want each other to enjoy it.